Hi class, how is everyone today?
Great.
Good, thank you all for coming. Thank you for participating in our team building exercise today. We're going to focus on communicating in ways that we can communicate better with each other and be on the same page more or less. Our activity doesn't require any physical exertion. It's very straightforward, but if you have any health concerns or any injuries or anything of that nature, go ahead and let me know, and we will address it. And before we jump in, there shouldn't be any ethical concerns. Nothing. You won't be really touching each other. Nothing of that nature in this exercise. But be aware of your own boundaries, your personal boundaries, and if you feel uncomfortable at any time, please let me know, okay? Great. So today, we are playing an activity called The Great Communicator. Communication. One of you will stand up here, whoever is selected as the Great Communicator. You will have an object to describe to the rest of the group, who will try to draw that object out on their sheets of paper. Say, for example, I'm the Great Communicator. A few things that I cannot say is actual shapes, such as square, circle, rectangle, triangle. These things arch. You cannot say these things, so you have to try to explain it in a different fashion. I'm up here, say I have a triangular shape that I'm trying to describe. I may say the Illuminati symbol, and you may be familiar with that. Or if it's a circular object, I may say the globe, or something of that nature.
Don't worry, it's recording. The green light is on.
Okay, so who would like to begin as the Great Communicator?
Oh, volunteer base?
Oh, brilliant, yes? You all accept? Okay, fantastic.
Volunteer.
Great. So, the Great Communicator, Amir, will hold this clipboard and do his best to try to explain it to you all. So why don't you grab your pens and papers.
Can I use this one?
You can.
Okay.
Remember, the only thing is you cannot say the actual shape. Try to explain it in a different way.
Question.
Yes.
So, is all of this the
Yes.
shapes I'm trying to describe, including this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
Well, I don't know what that is. So.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so first we're going to start with the big SpongeBob. Okay? Because his name, right? Obviously, his name is, you guys know what his name is.
Mm.
And then what it is, obviously, the sun is a certain way as well. So we're going to, then that's the next one within SpongeBob. Okay, touching each line. So the sun is touching each line of SpongeBob. Within that is the Illuminati, touching 3 corners of the sun. And within that is just a building, a tall building within that, touching 4 sides of the Illuminati. So you can see it's SpongeBob. I'll reverse it. We have the building within Illuminati, within the sun, within SpongeBob.
Are we allowed to ask questions?
You are not. Good question.
So, and I'll start big again. So we have SpongeBob touching the sun, and then Illuminati, and then building. Alright?
Is there like...
That's...
Okay, once he finishes,
Mhm.
then everyone can go ahead and show each other what you came up with, and we'll see how close we were to our teammates' description.
Yeah, mine is exactly there.
Oh, wow! Oh, great job,
Yours
Amir.
is different.
Very thoughtful.
Yours is very
You're
artistic.
missing the building.
I don't know what I wrote down.
Wow, that's
Triangle.
incredible.
A triangle?
So what
I
worked
guess.
well? What worked well? How did he communicate effectively with you all?
Very specific.
He used great examples that we all knew except for Illuminati and Vina. But other than that, like we all knew SpongeBob has square pants.
Great. So things that are
Yeah.
relatable.
The
Things
circle is the sun. Yes.
that. Yes. Good.
Indeed.
Good. Well known items like the sun.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Great job. Go ahead and have a seat. Next up, who would like to be the second great communicator?
Vina.
That's,
That's
that's her.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Does it get harder?
You know what? Yeah, you got it.
Does it get harder? Or doesn't it? Doesn't.
They're all roughly equally difficult. Go ahead.
So what I have is an ice cream cone with one scoop, just one scoop of ice cream. Running within the scoop of ice cream is a diagonal line from one end to the other. And then from the circumference is like a midline, just one middle line from the circumference of the scoop to one end of the scoop.
Of course you bring your geometry.
Yeah.
And then,
Then you take the radius, alright, the square root of the diameter.
Don't interrupt her.
and then underneath,
I just heard ice cream. Is it cookie dough at least? Ice cream.
underneath the cone, the bottom of the cone, the pointy area of the cone, is a long rectangular.
Oh.
Is a
That's okay.
long.
Move on. Yes.
Is a long SpongeBob flattened shape. And then if you think about like one end of the long SpongeBob, draw a 45 degrees angle or a and to make an isosceles shape. You know what isosceles is?
Jeez, let me get my protractor out.
Ah.
So one end of the long SpongeBob flattened shape is just a line drawn from the corner to the bottom.
Creating a 90 degree, obviously. Creating a
Yeah, 90 degree.
angle.
90 degree angle. You're right.
So now start after ice cream again.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it again. Ice cream with a
Yep,
cone,
yep.
one scoop,
Yep.
and then there is a dividing, like, can I say line?
Mhm.
A dividing line in the middle of the scoop.
Dividing line in the middle of the scoop.
Then you have
Ah.
like the diameter of it.
Okay.
Cut it in half.
The radius.
The radius. From the radius to like an edge of the scoop, the ice cream scoop, is one line. At the bottom of the cone is a long SpongeBob SquarePants elongated shape. And then within that shape is a line from one corner to the other, or one corner to the other, forming a 90-degree angle. Okay.
Great.
Alright.
Well
I'm
done,
done.
Vina. Let's go ahead and
Do we get to see what the
Take-
actual result is?
yes. I showed the last one,
After.
right?
No.
No, you
I
didn't.
did it? Oh
No.
my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Just-
The
oh, I guess we should compare first.
yes.
So you actually have.
Perfect.
Yes,
Okay.
very close
Yeah.
there as well. Yeah, both
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
Very nice. So that's what.
What the? Did you see that?
Yeah, so very close. That's unbelievable.
That's
Fantastic.
really good.
The
I had
first,
no idea when she started going to geometry terms. I was just like,
That's all I can
isosceles.
the first one is if you would like to compare your
Yes,
first.
okay, perfect.
Yeah, so that was
We got
spot
that
on.
one.
Well done. What were you able to understand Vina's descriptions?
Not as well.
Why? Explain why.
Sorry.
Good. I like that. That's very respectful. And
the reason is she used more terminology that maybe I should be familiar with, but I am not, because it's been quite a while since I have been in a class that dealt with geometric terminology.
Sure, that's
So-
definitely understandable.
Fishing,
I'm
fishing at Fabia
I'm gluten free, so I don't eat ice cream. So I don't know what.
No,
I have no idea what ice cream.
No, it makes sense. The only thing that was the most confusing part, Vina, was your 90-degree angle because I
Yeah.
don't know if it was. You said 1/4 to 1/4,
Yeah.
which is
So
that's.
one corner to the bottom.
But then
I
you
didn't
did say 1/4 to 1/4.
Yeah,
or one
I
corner.
did, yeah.
That's what confused me. Originally I had this, and then you said 1/4 to 1/4. I was like, oh shoot, it was this. One thing would have helped. You would say just make a T inside the ice cream.
Yeah, because I had no idea
Just
what
make a
inside the ice cream
Make a
was.
diameter and make a
It was very-
T
Oh,
in the
okay.
ice cream.
So
Okay.
letters.
So letters would help, and that's
Letters.
something I didn't think of until I saw this.
Sure.
Letters would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
We're allowed to say letters. We just
Yeah,
can't say
yeah.
names.
and then the
Oh,
point to
okay.
point messed me up. But other than that, it was.
Yeah, can we go over the rules one more time?
Yeah, sure. Essentially, the great communicator is trying to describe the shape that they have here, but they cannot say terms, actual shapes such as circle,
Okay.
rectangle, square, arch. So you have to perhaps.
But then is a
set other
sphere?
objects.
Would a sphere count as a shape
Yes.
or
I think
The
it would.
sphere is a shape.
I think it would.
like cylinder,
That's also a shape.
Also a shape.
box?
Box is not.
Okay. Yeah. So you can get creative and perhaps refer to different items that have these shapes.
Xbox.
Can we point at things? Like, can I point at that?
Yes. Other senses can definitely be used.
Can I use my hands?
No. You already went. What do you
No, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
can
I like that. Yes.
Can you
Using
use your
all of the
hands?
senses, of course.
I can
of
go like
course.
this, or whatever this means, or this.
Yeah.
So
for
charade.
this-
So like
Yes.
charade.
Sure, you can.
Okay.
Devin, why don't you come up next?
Hey, Devin. Alright.
Right.
Devin's strong suit is communicating. I would know.
Excellent team. So here is your object that you are trying to describe.
She's
Whatever
like
you-
triangle, circle, square. Ah, shit.
Okay, so the whole shape overall looks like a cross, and on each side we have, on the four sides we have SpongeBob. So basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SpongeBobs in the shape of a cross.
Okay.
And in the middle one, there is a sun. And on the bottom SpongeBob, there is an Illuminati.
She's gonna cheat off the Asian.
I love how we keep using SpongeBob over and over again.
Okay, do you want me to go over it again?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So, the whole, you're gonna think of a couple different objects. It starts off with 4 SpongeBobs that are in the shape of a cross, that are organized like a cross.
4 or 5? You said 5.
5, sorry.
Okay, cool.
5.
Alright.
And then they're all separated with edges. So the outline of a SpongeBob 5 times in the shape of a cross. In the very center one, there is a sun that's touching 4 sides of the SpongeBob. And then the bottom one, there's an Illuminati that's touching 3 sides of 3 points of SpongeBob.
Okay. Works for me.
Great.
Amir seems very confused.
I'm a little confused too.
I think ours, are we allowed to compare yet?
Okay.
Ours are pretty
Sure,
similar.
let's compare.
Okay.
So
Great
my
job,
bottom
Devin.
one is a
Okay.
little longer.
Okay.
I just made a cross.
Okay.
I don't know, but that probably is right about there. Amir's is
This one.
Wow. That one is
Wow.
spot on.
yeah. So it was
Wow. Oh, wow.
The rectangle.
That's all right. Great job, you all. That's So we all understand Devin quite clearly.
Yes.
Yes.
Very.
Well,
Yeah,
except for the one that
the one
needs
that
to, the one that needs to does not. Behind get in.
We talk in shapes, so.
I used all of your shapes.
I was lost. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I already saw the other one.
So this is the fourth and final one.
Oh my gosh.
When you're ready.
Okay, don't cheat off of me.
Okay, so we're gonna have a large three-sided figure similar to the Illuminati symbol.
Very nice.
The base is on the bottom,
Mhm.
so it would be right side up, I guess. On the top of that three-sided figure, there is a sun. Almost looks like a Santa Claus hat, you know. Now on the base of that
Oh.
three-sided figure, the corners have diagonal lines very close to the base, so not too far up. Two diagonal lines on each side of the base, connecting the base and the side that goes upwards
Mhm.
towards the sun.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the Illuminati three-sided figure is a line. So if you make a line right in the middle, you can say line, right? That's fine. Okay. And then once you have that line right in the middle, on either side of the line, go down a little bit and make it into a sideways building.
Cheeky.
Yes. But it would be centered.
Yes.
So it's a sideways building. It's not too big. But the main line on the top is dividing the Illuminati in half. Now, does anyone want me to go over that again?
Yes, please.
Alright, so we have a three-sided figure
Mhm.
with a sun on top.
Mhm.
At the bottom of the three-sided figure, there's the corners, two diagonal lines on each one. One on each one, so two in total, one on each one. And in the middle, there's a building that's sideways. And I think that's the best I can do.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Good. Let's take a
Vina
look at
clearly
it.
had no idea what I was talking about.
Good
She
job.
was nodding like in agreement. She's like, oh, okay, I got that. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Boom!
Wow.
Look
good
at
job.
that! Perfect!
Yeah.
See? Vina is just...
Wow.
Maybe she's not a good listener.
So look, that's exactly, and we can put our papers down and go through the debrief now. To review, like you just mentioned, perhaps that's the lesson that can be learned from this communication activity, that we can all improve in our listening skills. Some are better than others, some are better communicators than others, and yes, I think we saw quite a bit of that today. Now, how could we take these things that we learned here and apply it to the sports setting with your players or with your own teams? What lesson could you take away from this?
Vina?
I don't play sports.
I would think it's good because it makes you realize, it makes you relate to your teammates. Like it forces you to kind of put your mind in their mind and kind of what they're thinking, so you can relate to them because they listen to what's relatable. They listen to what's comfortable to them. And it depends on what age too. If you're talking to a 10-year-old, you're talking to an 18-year-old, you're going to talk about different things in different ways. Maybe the SpongeBob thing, pretty much everyone gets, but a lot of times Illuminati, a 10-year-old wouldn't get Illuminati.
For sure.
So then you would do a three-sided figure that is pointy, you know, something like that.
Yes, you saw as we
So,
went
yeah.
on, we started to get more creative
And
in our
adapting
description.
to what works, what doesn't work, learning, and so I think that's yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is kind of going off what he said, trying to figure out how to best communicate with other people. and other people's understanding might be different. So like Venus, for instance, it might have worked with, I don't know, Amir or whatever, but it didn't work with me. So you have to find different ways to talk to different people who have, I don't know, different.
Yes, your tolerance level will vary. You will have perhaps more patience for someone who isn't going to get it off the bat. They offer different strengths, but then you can, adapt as you all did. So great job, everyone. Thank you so much for participating.
Who wins?
I would say Devin.
Oh.
For a second, I thought it was like time, so I was just like, it's a square.